It's Musings with Mo. She's on a roll, serving big thoughts with a side of soul. One part snark, two parts strange delight, streaming live from the edge of night. It's Musings with Mo.
Good morning, everyone. It is the 1st of September, and we have musings. I endeavored to do a musing every day this month as a goal, so hold me to it. That being said, we have lots to do today, a snarky mother-in-law for musing, and brownie points and husbandry of a husband advice. Now, that being said, Mr. Mo is on a mission today. He has decided that he would like me to look at different future TVs that we might want to save up for, because apparently there is an LED screen and an OLED screen, and as long as it's not Olestra chips that'll give us the trots, I really have no significant desire either way. Apparently an OLED has a darker some. Look, Mr. Mo is the one that does technology, interpolates it from Harry Potter magic into real American so I can understand, and then gives it back to me. And he's a pretty good husband. He's worked really hard on the house, so I kind of told him, like, hey, Mr. Husband Guy who does a lot around the house and has taken on a lot of roles, if you would like a new TV, let's save up money. Let's, do the thing. You know, all the technological stuff. I don't really care. I mean, if it were a new sewing machine or a new oven or anything, but as far as like a TV, if it keeps me out of Best Buy, I will say yes to just about anything. But on, the other hand, he also does help with a lot and he's really excited and it motivates him to save. And that is part of marriage is things that aren't that big to you, you definitely, if you know they're important to the other person, you should try to take an interest, even if it's like Chinese and Greek had a baby and made it about computers. That being said, I have some interesting stories for our musing. My new mother-in-law shamed me for packing a revealing bikini on my honeymoon. I'm shocked she already has no boundaries. Run! This is not going to get better. This is only going to get worse. Talk to your husband. Tell him this makes you distinctly uncomfortable and that, it's his mom, but boundaries. Talk about packing drama. One Canadian newlywed got more than she bargained for on the eve of her honeymoon when her mother-in-law decided to play TSA with a side of Snark and you Jezebel. The culprit, a sultry bikini that the new bride had packed for some sun-soaked fun. Again, the fact that she was clothed on her honeymoon means that she is less than a heathen than I would have been, so I mean, good on her. She's at least going to be wearing a bikini. Thor says, hello. As per usual, Thor, be good. Yes, you guys wonder why I get up so early to muse with you. This is what I deal with on a never-ending basis. If it's not the kids, it's the cat. That being said, looks like someone's making his portly behind comfortable. Oh, he's like rich Corinthian leather. I don't know if that's actually a thing. Let's get back to the bikini drama. According to a post on the infamous Am I the A-hole Reddit forum, the mother-in-law didn't just glance. No, she rifled all through that suitcase like she was the CIA and this was, well, Nicaragua. Anywho, she rifled under the guise of dropping in some vitamins. Now, riddle me this, Batman, but if I'm pretty sure that most people forget their vitamins on their honeymoon. I mean, maybe I'm assuming since, I never really had a honeymoon with either of my marriages, that, we would just, you just kind of hang out and do, the merry dance a lot and hang out in your room, or if that's my dream, look, I don't know. She came across a fairly revealing bikini I'd bought for the occasion, the bride recalled. She asked me if I really planned to take that along. To which, again, don't ask me stupid questions because I will give you stupid answers like, oh my God, you saved me. The Matrix was glitching and I don't even know how that bikini ended up in my suitcase. No, I was only planning to carry it until we got to the airport, then throw it away there. Don't ask me stupid questions. I will give you stupid answers. Now, embarrassed, she snapped, please don't go through our private stuff. It's rude and ill mannered. Now, his mother in law, or her mother in law, pushed back, lecturing that the honeymoon doesn't mean I have to wear revealing clothes on public beaches, as we're Muslim and she's a bit more conservative. But that bride held her ground. Our relationship, our honeymoon, is our own and not for her to comment on, she declared. Probably, but watch your back. We just did a case about, not following the strict doctrines of very orthodox, let's say, Abrahamic religions. So watch your back, ma'am. Keep your head on a swivel, okay? Tensions flared, and though her honeymoon or her husband tried to smooth things over in private, the mood had soured, leaving the newlyweds to start their honeymoon with a little, or honeymoon. I mean, I think I had it right the first time, Freudian slip. With a little extra baggage of their own. Now the original poster is turning to the internet for validation and a little advice on how to tell her in-laws that some boundaries should never be crossed. Again, if your husband doesn't back you up, does not bode well for the marriage. And it is touchy when you do have maybe a sort of dissent or a disagreement, with your partner's family. I mean, as with all marriages, and different personalities, it's going to happen where there's tension between maybe yourself and your husband's family. And it doesn't even have to be big drama like, thou shalt not be immodest on your honeymoon. But it could just be different things, or, you're having a bad day and someone just irritated the ever living snot out of you. But learning how to approach that and respect that this is still an important person in your partner's life, but express, your feelings of either hurt or disappointment or just misunderstanding in a good way. And like, don't look at me like logically I know how to do all this stuff, but I mean, sometimes the ability to be a Psalm 31 wife escapes my sarcastic ass. And honestly, who wants to be perfect all the time? That being said, marriage is not easy. It's not a walk in the park. If the biggest thing in your marriage is that your mother-in-law once said you were a immodest hussy for wearing a bikini for your husband, if that's the hardest thing you have to walk through, like, be fine, be happy. I don't know why people go to the internet for validation, but there you go. Millennial women dates other people while boyfriend waits at home for her. Again, I implore you people, don't stop this. Please continue to throuple and swing and wife swap and open relationship, because the Mornings with Mo to the Petty Express to the murder board pipeline of this snapped episode in the making, no, no. This is not how humans work. We were made by biology to not sleep around. Well, I mean, men biologically were made to, sow their seeds far and wide. However, as a kind of concept, we tend to do better in pairs. Though, honest to goodness, having men and women try to communicate with each other is a hit and miss game on most days. But yes, I think you're doing something wrong. I mean, no amount of New York Post articles and self-help and TikTokers who explain how this really saved their marriages, and then 2 years later they're all divorced. Like, nothing is going to convince me. And I really hope that people that are young and maybe not as smart about relationships don't take this as as gospel truth, as wisdom that really works. This is gonna end badly, and unfortunately, when you have SMICs, you also have the possibility for smallish human people. And children are the ones who really get hurt in these really ridiculous, redunculous, relationships of haphazardness. And if the parents can co-parent and pull their heads out of their butts, believe me, I had to pull firmly on my shoulders to get my head out of my butt one time or two. But I don't see this working out for just about anybody. But okie dokie. I mean, good luck with that. Again, the Petty Express awaits you, okay? This is just not a good idea, but New York Post must be on a troubled trend. I don't know. Do not know. Do not know. Oh my. Gen Z is not thriving. Well, I mean, you can't have what your parents have at 40 when you're 20. And that's a hard lesson to learn. You have to pay your dues. Everyone starts out with IKEA and a milk crate and a futon that they found on the street. I mean, we all do. And I don't know if kids just see how comfortable their parents are relatively and then think they're going to get that right off the bat. But you don't. Everyone starts, eating ramen noodles and, graduating to Kraft macaroni and cheese on like really good days. It is what it is. Those are my musings for today. Be kind to your partners, uh, or at least don't look at them like they're a new hire all the time. I mean, again, practice what I preach, not what I do 90% of the time. That being said, be kind to each other. Until I see you with Mornings with Mo, I am going to pop out of here and get things set up for this morning. And then we have Chris Wolfenberger today. And then we have Colts in the evening with Shizzy. So we've got a full day of packed fun. If you don't want to go spend a lot of money on Labor Day, sales, or you have, as an inside cat, done all your shopping on Amazon. So I will see you in a little bit. Have a great day. And thanks for hanging out as basically just meander through my thought patterns. Bye, you guys.